Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Writing Practices. Today, we are going to learn how to write a lease agreement letter. What is a lease agreement letter? A lease agreement letter is a formal written document, in which a prospective tenant expresses their interest in leasing a property, and outlines the proposed terms and conditions of the lease. This letter typically includes details such as the lease duration, monthly rent amount, security deposit, utilities, maintenance responsibilities, and any other specific clauses or requirements. The purpose of the letter is to initiate the leasing process, demonstrate the tenant's commitment, and provide a basis for further negotiation and finalization of the lease agreement. Here, Writing Practices will show you how to write a lease agreement letter step by step. Check this out. First of all, you must write your full name. And then, write your home address. You need to include the number, street name, unit code and number, city, state, and zip code. After that, write the date of the letter. Yes, use the format of month, date, and year. And now, you can write the recipient's information. You need to write the recipient's full name. Under it, write their home address. Just the same with the previous one, don't forget to mention the number, street name, unit code and number, city, state, and zip code for the full address. Once you completed this information, you can write the subject of the letter. Well, this is not a must but highly recommended. Here, you can simply write, lease agreement for, followed by the full address of the property you want to lease. And now, you can open the letter with a formal salutation. Simply write, Dear Mr., or Mrs., or Ms., followed by the last name of the recipient. In the first paragraph, this is for introduction and expression of interest. Here, you must express your interest in leasing the specified property. And when you do it, once again, mention the full address of the property you mean. And here is the example how you write it. I am writing to express my interest in leasing the property, located at 789 Oak Avenue, Unit 5B, Cityville, NY 123-45. After stating your interest, now you need to indicate readiness to enter into a lease agreement. You can show it by making proposed lease terms. As you see in this example, there are 7 points proposed by the writer. And sure, you can do the same by imitating or modifying this. And you can write something like, after careful consideration, I am prepared to enter into a lease agreement, under the terms and conditions outlined below. And here is the main point of this lease agreement letter. Therefore, you need to be careful when you write it. And make sure you understand what you are writing. For the point 1, the writer here details the lease terms commencement and duration. Yes, you must write the dates by using the full format of month, date, and year for both starting and ending period. Here is the example. 1. Lease term. The lease will commence on April 1, 2024, and continue for a period of 12 months. For the point 2, here you can specify the monthly rent amount and payment date. State clearly how much dollars. And state also the date of the monthly payment. For example is, 2. Monthly rent. The monthly rent for the property will be $1,500, payable on the first of each month. For the point 3, now you can mention the security deposit amount, and conditions for return. You should be extra careful when you state this. And here is the example how you write it properly. 3. Security deposit. I am willing to provide a security deposit of $1,500, which will be returned to me, at the end of the lease term, minus any deductions for damages. Sure, you can modify it based on your preference or needs. For the point 4 and 5, they will be about utilities and maintenance responsibilities. Here, you need to outline responsibility for utilities. Here you can write something like, 4. Utilities. I will be responsible for all utilities, including electricity, water, gas, and any other applicable charges. The more details you give, the better it is. And for point 5, here you need to commit to maintaining the property and reporting repairs. Of course, this is a must that you cannot skip. You may check this sample. 5. Maintenance. I agree to maintain the property in good condition, and promptly report any necessary repairs to you. For the points 6 and 7, they will be about termination clause and pet policy. Let's go to the 6th point first. In this section, you need to state the conditions for lease termination. And here is the sample how you write it. 6. Termination. Either party may terminate the lease agreement with a 30-day written notice. The last point, you must clarify the pet policy for the premises. Yes, this can be crucial sometimes and you must include it. Here, you may write something like 7. Pets. No pets will be allowed on the premises. You may write those points by using numbering to make them easier to notice and read. In the 3rd paragraph, this is where you write about application and documentation attachment. It means, you need to mention the attachment of the rental application and supporting documents. If you have no idea what to write, you may simply copy this. I have attached my completed rental application, and any supporting documents required for your review. After talking about attachment, you can then express readiness to sign the lease and provide payments. And this is how you write it. If approved, I am ready to sign the lease agreement, and provide the necessary payments within 10 days. In the 4th paragraph, this is where you write a closing statement and contact offer. It is highly recommended that you express enthusiasm for leasing the property. And you may write something like, I look forward to the opportunity to lease your property, and maintain it as a comfortable and well cared for home. The recipient may need to discuss it further with you, and therefore, offers availability for further communication. Sure, you can give your contact information like phone number and email address. And write it this way. Please do not hesitate to contact me at 555-890-1234, or emma.johnson@email.com, if you have any questions or require additional information. In the last paragraph, show your gratitude and anticipation. Yes, just like this letter, the writer thanks James Miller for considering the application. And you can simply write, thank you for considering my application. After that, convey your excitement about the prospect of tenancy. Mention once again which property you want. For example is, I am excited about the prospect of becoming a tenant, at 789 Oak Avenue, Unit 5B, Cityville, NY 12345. And finally, you can close the letter with sincerely. Add your signature, and write your full name under it. So, that's how you write a lease agreement letter step by step. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. And see you soon.